In this video, I'll show you why chasing a perfect credit score will not make you wealthy. And I'll tell you what you should focus on instead. I've helped clients raise their net worth by thousands without focus on credit, not once. I even had one client build a six-figure investment portfolio, and she still has less than a 700 credit score. We'll break down where credit actually matters and where it doesn't. And we'll focus on the real steps it takes to build wealth in America. Imagine your child learning how to grow their wealth while all their friends are focused on credit and just making the number look nice so they can go into more debt. Most adults obsess over credit while ignoring savings, assets, real financial control, and they wonder why they're still broke even with a 780 credit score. All right, so lesson number one, credit is a tool, not a wealth metric, right? I believe credit has been taken too seriously in most recent days. Credit's important, right? I'm not saying mess up your credit. I'm not saying don't go get good credit. Pretty sure I've made a couple videos on how to build credit, but I'm not going over that today. Today, we're focusing on why you shouldn't obsess over credit because it's a tool. It does not determine how wealthy you are. Honestly, when I think I got up, maybe the highest I had was maybe an 812, 813 credit score. I had less wealth then than I do now, while I have like a low 700 credit score. Why is that? Because one, whenever you actually use credit, right? Whenever you're getting loans, whether they be mortgages or personal loans to do things with your business or any of those things, getting those items lowers your credit score. That's okay. Don't freak out. You don't need to have a perfect 850. That does not serve you any. Honestly, after you get above 750, it really doesn't matter. 750 up to 850, you're getting the same thing you would have got if you stayed at 750. It's just a vanity metric, right? It doesn't actually serve you. A sharp knife doesn't make you a chef, and having a high credit score doesn't make you wealthy. Think about that, right? It's just for convenience, and it can help you if used properly, right? We're not using it to buy liabilities. We're using our credit to attain assets to make us more money. When you use it in that fashion, your credit score is going to go lower because you're using it, but you're attaining more wealth from it. So let's do that. What truly makes you wealthy, for number two, is not your credit score, but your net worth and your cash flow. So if we're focusing on net worth and cash flow, we're focusing on things that are bringing money into your pocket every month, every year, maybe every day, and how much you own versus how much you owe. So I have a graphic for you. So assets versus liabilities. What you own minus what you owe is how you get to your net worth. So your net worth is a true measure of financial health, not your ability to take on more debt, which is what your credit score is. The average American with a good credit score has less than $7,000 in their savings account. What side of the scale are you on, right? So, an example of this is if you buy a house and your house costs $200,000, right? And let's say that's how much the value of it is right now. Cool. Pay it out 2,000, or maybe let's say you put $0 on this house because you got a VA loan or something. All right, so now you owe $200,000, but you also own a house that's worth $200,000. Those balance out. Your net worth is zero. But let's say you, over the years, you pay down this house and it appreciates. So now the house is worth $300,000. And if you've paid off, I don't know, $100,000 of it, then now you still owe $100,000 on this house, but the house is worth 300,000. That means your net worth is $200,000 because you still owe 100,000, but the house that you own is worth 300,000. Those offset. $200,000 is what's positive, thus your net worth, right? Cool. So a credit score does allow you to get that house, so it's cool. But when you do buy that house, your credit score is going to go down. That's okay because your net worth is going up, and that's what we really want to focus on. So here is a comparison, right? This is Chloe, who has a credit score of 780, right? Beautiful. And Will, who has a credit score of 710. Not bad. They're both making the same annual income, But Chloe, who was focused on her credit score and doing everything she could to make sure she had a good credit score, her savings are $2,000. While Will, who was not focused on his credit score at all, this is just what it ended up being due to his good habits. He has an emergency fund of 15,000. Chloe used her great credit score to get a nice car, got a Camaro. She still owes $28,000 on that car. Will, he's not the flashy type. He was like, nope, I'm just get a $7,000 car, and he paid it off within the first year. Chloe again has great credit, so she got approved for a nice American Express Platinum card, which she now owes $5,000 on. Will doesn't even have a credit card, so he has zero amount. Will also, again, he's focused on wealth building, not focused on a credit score. He could care less about it. So he's been investing, and now he has $20,000 in index funds. We're talking VOO, VTI, ETFs, QQQ. Anyways, we focused on credit. So many people talk about credit and that they'd pass up on $1,000,000 if they could get an 850 credit score because then they could borrow $1,000,000. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Don't do that. So Chloe's net worth is negative $31,000, while Will's net worth is plus $42,000. This is what I'm talking about. Let's stop focusing on credit. Focus on your habits. Focus on what you can do to build up wealth, what you can do to gain assets, what you can do to raise your net worth. And by proxy, your credit score will just go up. You'll have a decent one. Let's stop obsessing over it. So number 3 is to be a wealth builder. Don't chase credit, but use it wisely when necessary. So times where credit usage is completely necessary and you should be thinking about it is when you're making major life purchases, like a mortgage on your house. You might want to have a decent credit score for that. You don't have to obsess over one over your entire life. Just make your on-time payments. If you focus on the smaller things like automating your bill payments, like making sure if you do have a credit card, pay it off every single month. Don't let a balance sit on there. That's a myth. If anyone told you that you have to keep a certain amount on your credit card every month for your credit score to go up, they lied to you. Here you are. I am here to tell you the truth. They lied to you. I've paid off my entire credit card since I was 18 every single month, and I got clear into the 800s. You don't have to keep a balance on there. I I don't know who made that up. I think they just wanted you to pay a few extra dollars in interest every month. That's just me. But your mortgage, they're going to look at it. Credit card applications, they're going to look at it. When you're trying to move into an apartment, your rental application, they're going to check your credit. Some jobs, depending on the security in that area or something, they're going to check your credit. So you do want to have a decent credit score. But like I said, just automate all your stuff. Automate your bill payments, automate your credit card payments and everything, and you won't have to worry about anything. So I'll show you one more graphic before I close. All right. For your teenager, here are the things I want them to worry about. I want them to focus on saving. Now, is saving the most important thing in the world? No, but it is the best place to start. Before you start getting into investing, before you go into debt from different things, if you learn how to save appropriately, it'll make everything else in the financial world simpler, right? Because I got good at saving, I was able to invest. Because I got good in saving, I was able to buy the car I want, right? I wanted a Mustang, I went and got a Mustang because I saved. I wanted a nice looking truck, I got a nice looking truck because I saved. All that was due to saving. And because I was a good steward of my money with saving, when I got into investing, it was a lot easier to set up reoccurring investments. That's the best way to invest, by the way, is set up something reoccurring and do it for the long term. That's how you just happen across thousands and thousands of dollars and getting 100% returns or more on your funds is just by setting it up to automatic and forgetting about it. None of this stuff is complicated. Focus on things that will grow your income. Focus on things that grow your net worth, right? We want to focus on raising our net worth and focus on our cash flow because that's what's going to make our life easier. Credit is just a tool. By no means should you ever focus on your credit score more than your savings, more than your investing, more than your income growth. It's not that important. Let's stop treating it like it is. All right. Stop obsessing over the number. You get it. And outside of that, If you or your team is interested in learning more about this or how to actually build your wealth, we can talk about credit. I do talk about credit. I just don't want you to obsess over it. Check out Mammoth Money Academy. It's an academy that I've created. We meet up every week virtually and talk about these different money topics. We go back and forth. It's normally pretty good. We help improve each other's saving accounts. We help improve our habits to build up our credit, and we look into investments, just because they change every day. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description. Check it out. I appreciate you for watching.